Hello, and here we are on What's in Your Wardrobe with Andrew Treloar, a designer of costume and fashion. And he's going to just take us through a couple of things that he's been doing and working on. We're here in his studio.
Rail of mostly prototypes, and the funny thing is I'm trying to clear out my studio at the moment, but there's so many things that are sentimental. Like, you know, I made this vest, I reckon 20 years ago when I was trying to start.
Oh, yeah, from your own label.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
And so, you know, there's things about it that remind me of that time and the things I was trying to sort of achieve. So that's like
beautiful
one thing.
Fabric.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is it's fabric that's made for blinds.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, it kind of looks like a finishing fabric, doesn't it?
So if you put it through a washing machine,
gorgeous.
it's just going to all wash off.
So we can't actually wear it.
This is a jacket prototype, so just for fitting, that was my son-in-law wore. He didn't wear the prototype, he wore the final jacket, which is really nice linen, when him and my eldest got married last year.
So beautiful.
So some of it's really sentimental, and you know, I've kept all like the little rough sketch and the pattern and the other, you know, the material that it was made in.
Oh, beautiful. You've always been an awesome sketcher.
Oh, thank you.
I can remember, were you sketching for Paris magazines?
Yeah, I was doing some sketching for a, what do you call it? A trend forecaster.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And they were based in Paris. So
yeah, fantastic.
That was really fun. I never got to go. And this, what's this? This is based on...
Oh, wow.
It's a prototype, and I made it for a dance show that this beautiful performer, Benji Ra, was going to wear.
Oh, okay.
So it had to be really flexible so that she could move around a lot, but I wanted it to look like a really corporate thing, so I made it into a jumpsuit. It's got a bit of a 1980s Jean Paul Gaultier sort of like inspiration, but yeah.
Was it this colour in the end?
No, it was sort of grey. Like it ended up being a more like a still a stretch fabric, but something that looked a lot more corporate. But
you could actually fix this up and wear it now with all the cobalt blue that's coming through.
That's true. Yeah, it's a really appealing colour.
Yeah.
More jumpsuits, but this was from a show that I was involved in and performed in as well, called the Venusian Slip, that I made with some friends of mine, Harrison Hall, Harrison Ritchie Jones and Luigi Vescio. And yeah, we started off in these kind of like jumpsuits and were kind of carrying slime around a sort of theatre space.
That wasn't the one that that was projected on the Chin Chin wall?
No, that was a different one.
Oh,
yeah, that had stripy clothes. And then we all sort of got changed and we turned into kind of like aliens and, you know, did a whole lot of other things.
I love that.
Really
how much work, how much time would that take?
I had a really wonderful experience because my friend Maximilian did this sewing for me. And I basically had made the pattern and I knew it could fit, and then I'd done some sketches of these designs and he reproduced them and did like such a beautiful job of it.
Because that would have taken absolutely forever.
Yeah, he's like an incredible craftsman. Most of these are just from dance shows, and most of these are costumes. This is a jumpsuit. It doesn't look like much because it's just a prototype, but it was in the Commonwealth Games. In the Gold Coast opening ceremony. Yeah. There was 400 dancers that were wearing all stuff like this. Just another jumpsuit.
You like your jumpsuits?
Well, this is the jumpsuit rail. There's jackets and jumpsuits here, and then I've got like a bunch of other rails that have, you know, shirts, pants, shorts, you know, all kinds of things. And
how long have you been doing this for?
I reckon I've been doing the costume design stuff since about 2016.
2016.
Yeah, right. But then fashion stuff, like, as you know, many years in corporate and businesses. And great thing for me with dance costumes as well, there's often not a huge budget, so these fabrics don't really have to be finished on the hem or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to be worn for a long time either, so it's not like...
Well, they get a thrashing.
Yeah, they would.
So by the time a garment's run through a season or two of performances, it's really earned its stripes.
And how have you divided these? Like, what are these dividers here for?
They're all the different... So originally, for a while, I had these all sorted by which show they were in. And then when I went to reuse a pattern or something, I found it really difficult to find them because sometimes I'd use things in more than one show and I couldn't remember. So I just spent a while resorting it all, and so that's why I've got it organised by garment categories now.
Are these all the same thing but for different people?
Yeah, so some shows have got like 4 performers, let's say, and in some cases I'll make 4 different costumes, but it depends on the work and what we're trying to achieve. Like, what does the costume mean? So like, sometimes it's very formalized and the choreographer might be really concerned with the movement and it might be all in unison, and that might be a good reason to put everyone in really similar clothing so that then you're seeing them moving as a unit. But other times there might be a more narrative, or we might want a sense of, you know, that maybe they're different characters, or there might be an overall kind of value of individuality in the work, so then I wouldn't put everyone in the same thing, you know. And
you've done the sets as well in some cases.
Yeah, we did for Dance North, we did some sets that were basically like 120 exercise fit balls buried about 3/4 in the sand, and spaced about 1.5 meters apart in a grid format, and the dancers would sort of use them kind of like trampolines and bounce.
Oh, right.
Sort of
that
bounce
wasn't
around.
in Melbourne, was it?
No, we did one in Townsville and one in Gold Coast. Melbourne's, you got to pick your weather to do a show like that in Melbourne.
Right.
Yeah,
and I didn't see it. I was more thinking about that one that I went to where the carpet squares all changed colour constantly in the...
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I loved that one. We got some, we made a kind of pixelated emoji face with the mouth going like that, and that was one of the movements that the dancers were doing. And so then I worked really closely with the lighting designer, and we worked through a whole lot of different states, and each colour that was making up this image looked really different in different lighting states. So sometimes you could hardly see it, and other times it went really sickly tones, and other times it was really bright, you know.
Yeah, right.
So that was fun.
I love how you've got like the sketches and everything on each pattern piece, and I guess you get to use these again if you need to as well.
Yeah, oftentimes now the dance scene, particularly in Melbourne or even interstate, oftentimes I'm making things that are, it might be the same dancer but in a different choreographer's work, a different show. But like say this one with Sam Hines, I've made this jumpsuit for her, so I know whatever the elastic that was going around the waist, I know that measurement fits her. So
okay, so you've basically got all of their body measurements.
Yeah, and they don't...
What's that?
Oh, no, don't pull that out. That's a really early prototype, a bit of a mess.
That's okay, it's all in the development, isn't it?
It's all part of the process, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very soul-bearing to sort of show all your work in progress rather than finished thing. The final one, they're more relieved than happy about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it doesn't look like the prototype.
No, I totally get it. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, good to see you. Thanks for spending your time.
Pleasure. Thanks for coming to my place.
Cheers.